Awesome. You're great. Okay, so I'm going to see if anybody pops on here. I know somebody who has been waiting patiently while we've been fighting with the technology a little bit.
Jonathan, you think you can moderate or at least monitor the
Comments? Yeah, could you come closer? You just need to read the comments. That would be awesome. Hey, Shae. Okay, now we can get started.
Shy. Okay, how do we get started?
Well, I just want to wait till a couple of people pop on. We're good, but Shae is here. That's the main thing.
We got
Cool
21.
people are
We got
here.
21
So
already.
awesome. So Jonathan, who do we have? Can you do a shout out here and tell us who we have? And where are you guys watching from tonight? And we have a special guest tonight. Even though we got started late, even though we've been in a storm, even though we've been freezing our tuchuses off, we have a special guest that you are going to be inspired by, I promise you. We've been covering the Trump rally yesterday. We've been covering the inauguration. We've been interviewing people from one coast to the other that are here live on our Man on the Street interviews and asking them all kinds of fun things like, why did it matter that they came here? Right, Leonard?
Right. We've endured the cold, the freezing, the sleet, the snow. It was freezing out there, but we endured. We waited in line for 8-9 hours.
Yeah.
Get through the serpentine.
Just so we could bring these stories to you.
That's right. So we have a whole lot of videos that are coming up. And we're going to be posting that within the next few days, hopefully tomorrow.
But tomorrow will air on time. Hopefully tomorrow. We had some tech glitches. And we apologize for the vertical format here.
Yeah.
But hopefully tomorrow will be expanded and we'll start promptly on time and we'll have some great interviews to roll in for you.
We got Charles and Kim and Kathleen. Karen just logged on. Hey, Karen, good to see you from Louisiana.
Hello from Seavine. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Valli Hart.
I'm Leonard Bacani.
And we are live in Washington, D.C. And we have a very special guest for you tonight and a lot to get to.
So, you know what, we haven't been around for a while, and some of you have noted that. I guess half the people were asking, long time no see. And I think we owe at least an explanation.
Yeah, because why did we just disappear? We literally had hundreds of thousands of views and we loved hearing your comments and interacting with you. But then 4 years, exactly, we went dark. Why was that, Leonard?
Well, Valli and I attended the January 6th rally in Washington, D.C. 4 years ago. And shortly after the inauguration of the past resident of the White House, we were visited by some special agents from 3-letter agencies.
Yep, they knocked on the door.
And I think I found out that we were investigated by the domestic terrorists.
Yep. Ooh, look at me. So scary, guys, right? Remember I was crying while the people were singing the national anthem?
Right, exactly. So we had a lot of good video footage that day. But after the past president got inaugurated, we were investigated as possible domestic terrorists. Our life drastically changed after that. But they messed with our ability. We are a charitable trust organization. We have a foundation that's Seavine International, and we had relied so much on donations. That's solely what our source was. And we had literally thousands of people that were donating that would put us out in projects like that. But they cut off our ability to make money,
They threatened us with jail time. They basically told us to pull all our videos down, not to share our eyewitness footage with anyone, and to not interact at all on social media. And so even when many of you sent me birthday greetings and said, oh, happy birthday, Valli, or tried to contact Leonard, we were under threat of being imprisoned if we responded. And so it's been a long 4 years and we felt like we owed you an
Yeah,
explanation.
in addition to that, everybody that was on our Facebook group, and it was growing by leaps and bounds. And we had up to, 12 moderators, as well as admins whose personal Facebook pages were taken down.
Yep.
Personal. So we wasn't able to post, couldn't get on. We were shadow banned.
He's
And
traumatized.
I'm still traumatized. I got PTSD. Anyways, uh,
So it's a new chapter today.
yeah, our banks gave us a hard time. We weren't allowed to do banking.
Yeah.
I'm sure we
Because
were.
guys, here's my crime. While I was in Washington, DC, reporting live for 14 hours, we were on camera the whole time. We never peed, TMI, I'm sure. We just stayed on camera almost the whole entire time. Then I made the big crime of buying a Cliff Bar in Washington, DC. And so they tracked that I had spent money in Washington, DC, and it corroborated their story that we were here and it was nefarious actions and knock, knock, knock. Here came the terrorist investigation.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we didn't want to put out some truth because we were hitting them hard. And I think they didn't like that. And I think a lot of entities colluded to keep us out. You had the big tech that was censoring us, the shadow banning us. You had the banking system. You had the payment services where our gateway to receive these donations were they would hold our funds. They would do so many things to just take us out. That there was this fact checking organization called NewsGuard that was actually labeling us as dangerous. And so when you would punch in our website, c-find.com, it would say, this site is dangerous. Because
But we're not dangerous anymore, you guys. We're
Yeah.
back to being okay, loving our country.
yeah, yeah,
And we're now okay to wave the American flag. And we're now okay to say, congratulations, President Trump, on your inauguration today.
that's right.
It's a fresh chapter, and we would like this broadcast and the following broadcasts throughout this week to be nothing but unification. Whatever has happened in the past, we're going to say it was not out of malice. We're going to let it all go. It was due to
It's
misinformation.
It's a new day, baby.
It's a new day. And along those lines, while we're broadcasting and while we're introducing you, we have a special guest, and I'm going to introduce her right now, and I'm super excited to introduce her. We have a special guest. We are going to cover some things we're super excited about with the inauguration and moving forward. And we're going to ask you to do something very important. We would love it if you would go in our comments and if you would deliver some personal message to President Trump, whether it's a quick congrats, whether it's a thank you, whether it's something personal that you're looking forward to President Trump being able to help with through the coming years, something he's talked about, something that's important to you. Please go in the comments, and we're going to do this tomorrow in the show and the next day, and we will personally forward all of these directly to President Trump so he can hear and see and read that he is appreciated.
I don't know if you guys know it or not, but Valli here is very well connected. She has somebody that is really tied into the current administration.
All I can do is tell you that I promise you, if you write congratulations, President Trump, we love you, or anything like that, it will definitely make it to him where he can feel that all he has gone through.
We might even read some tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So feel free while we're doing the broadcast tonight to write your comments, because it could make a difference. It really will. To know that he's appreciated, I'm sure would mean a lot to him. He should be living in his golden years and just relaxing right now, but that is not how things have been.
That's right.
But we're hopeful that this will be a new time of unification moving forward.
Yeah.
So,
Joint. Wow.
Yep.
Shae.
Yep.
Okay.
so do you want to
Yeah.
click her in? And ladies and gentlemen, let's
Wait,
see
wait.
if the screen adjusts here. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You want to introduce Shae?
I do.
Okay.
So this is
Hi,
my.
Shae.
Hello, how are you
Hi.
guys?
Oh, we can hear you really well,
Yes, we
Shae.
could.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm trying to be kind of quiet because my kids are sleeping. You know
That's
how it
okay.
is.
Yeah.
So I'm
But I'm
I'm
so
gonna
happy to
ask
join
you.
you.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you about your kids in a minute, but this is my dear friend and someone I respect very much and look up to. Shae Wilbur and I have known each other for a long time. We have quite a history. We've worked together. We are dear friends. And she is a woman that if you follow her, you will end up feeling the way I do, inspired. If I could
Oh,
say
thank
one word,
you.
it's inspired. So Shae has worked as the casting director for American Idol, for many other shows. I'm going to let her share with you her background and what she's currently doing. But Shae has been vigilant ever since October 7th, when Hamas attacked in a very brutal situation. She has been vigilant in organizing prayer groups and being involved with her family in aid that went directly in to help to bring toys to the children that were in bomb shelters, to do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pause there and I'm going to allow Shae to tell you a little bit about herself. And then we are going to hear a clip from a hit song that she just launched
Thank you.
called We Will Dance Again. And it's
Yeah.
a message of hope. And we felt like it was timely while these hostages, the first three, were released yesterday. So,
Yes.
Shae, welcome.
Thank you so much. It is so awesome to be with you guys. Today is a great day for many
Yeah,
reasons. This is a really good week
absolutely.
for many reasons.
Right.
The beginning of the golden era. And
That's right.
it's really exciting to be here. And thank you so much for including me in this. I wish I was there with you guys. I wish I was there in Washington, D.C. I have such FOMO. I have so many friends that are there, that are involved in the political realm in various ways. And man, I wish I was there. But it's exciting just to even be able to use my platform for this. In order to speak out on this stuff, Valli, you mentioned, I grew up in the music industry and did the music thing. And then I started getting into the television thing after being actually a contestant on American Idol 15 years ago now. And then I started working as a TV producer and in casting and hosting, and that's how Valli and I met. And then ever since I started having kids and COVID hit and LA shut down, as you guys know, we moved out of LA and have been just doing various things ever since. But since October 7th, when that happened, that really, I've always been a huge Zionist and a voice for Israel and the right for Israel to exist. And I mean, after all, it's my people. Like literally, it's a life or death thing for me. And that's how I view it, because that's the truth. But after October 7th, I just really saw this huge narrative shift on social media. And there just weren't enough voices that were speaking truth. And it was like um, the narrative that was being blasted everywhere, especially on TikTok and Instagram, was so incorrect. It was so not factual, and it was just everyone was jumping on board the propaganda train. And so I just felt this huge responsibility to be one of those voices of truth amidst all of that, especially as a millennial, and as someone who, a lot of people follow me for different reasons. They didn't know maybe that I was a super Zionist, but they maybe knew a little bit here or there, but they followed me because they like the beauty tips that I shared, or fashion, or maybe my music, or whatever. And so it's just, my whole focus has really shifted since October 7th, in a new way. And wow, I mean, the fact that we're celebrating the release of three hostages this week is really truly incredible.
It's
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if some of you guys may or may not know, but President Trump announced, I guess during his inauguration speech, that the day prior that the hostages were released, and prior to that, what was it, about a month ago? He said, if the hostages aren't released before I get into
Yeah.
office, all hell will break loose in the
Yeah.
Middle East.
And then
Yeah.
do we think it was a coincidence that they were released one day before?
Mhm.
And he worked very hard, and actually many government entities
Yes.
praised him because he's trying to facilitate a ceasefire. He is the biggest advocate for world peace and
Hmm.
for bringing leaders together, and let's talk. Let's
Yeah.
get face to face and let's talk. And so, Shae, do you have the names of the
Hmm.
three hostages who were released, and can you
Yeah.
share that with us?
Yeah, so Emily Damari, she was 28 years old. She was kidnapped from Kibbutz Kfar Aza. and she was one of them that was reunited with her family. And man, I saw a clip of that reunion, and I just was moved to tears, honestly, with all of the reunions, but I was moved to tears over that one specifically. It's just so powerful. These people, you can't imagine what they went through for over 400 days in captivity. Um, and now they're free. So another one was Romy Gonen. She was 24 years old, a professional dancer kidnapped from Nova Music Festival. She actually texted her parents as she heard the terrorists coming and said, "I don't know what to do. I don't know where to hide." And the fact that she is now safe in their arms, when I'm sure they didn't know if they would ever see her again. And then Daron Steinbecker, who's 21 years old, she was kidnapped from Kfar Aza as well, a kibbutz. And when I say kibbutz, that's basically like a village, like a very peaceful village right on the border of Gaza. And most of the people that lived on these kibbutzim, that's the plural in Hebrew, they were like peace workers. They were the ones that believed in peace between, like, they would literally, many of them would go into Gaza and help the Palestinians. So for this to happen to them, I mean, to anyone, but it's just horrific. It makes no sense. And, while, yes, we're celebrating the release of these three hostages, the reality is this deal was a horrible deal. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, because we had to release 90 terrorists to get those three innocent civilians. And it's so messed up. It is so backwards. Because it's like, on one hand, man, I'm like, I just want them home. I want them home.
Right.
They're innocent, and we have more of them that need to be released. But it's just makes you also feel kind of sick knowing that we're getting innocent people back for horrific terrorists and murders.
I couldn't agree more. And we would ask all of our viewers to please continue with your prayers that all the
Yeah.
hostages will be released and that they can be reunited with their families, and that somehow they can little by little recover from this trauma.
Yes.
But this is something that Shae and I have texted and said,
Hmm.
okay, hands up, prayers, and let's be patient.
Yes.
And Shae, you wrote a beautiful song. And
Hmm.
could you share with us why you
Yeah.
felt like it was important to write this song?
Yeah, so I wrote the song titled "We Will Dance Again," which was the slogan that was adopted by the Nova Music Festival after October 7th. And it was really a stance by my people, by the Israelis, that, like, we will dance again. This happened here at our festival, but it's not going to stop us. And there was a lot of music coming out after October 7th that was sorrowful and solemn, which is understandable. Obviously, it was a horrific, hellish event that happened here, that happened in Israel. But I just felt this urge, and it was about a year ago, and I just felt this urge that, like, rose up in me to write a song that was a declaration, that was a stance, that not only will we dance again, but we will not be silent until every single hostage is returned home, and that we will never be silent about our right to exist as a people and about Israel's right to exist as a nation. And I wanted to write a song that was just like strong, you know,
And you
and
did. You
and
did.
yeah,
And it's so coincidental. It took a long time to write the
it
song,
did.
record it, master,
Yeah,
and it comes out within days of the hostages
yes,
being released.
and
And
that's
Shae, can you share with us the first couple of lines, and then we're going to
yeah.
play a clip?
Yeah. So it's crazy because we pick a release date months prior. And so we picked January 17th. I had no idea that that would literally be the Friday before hostages were actually released. And the first words of the whole song are, "Arise, O Zion, your prisoners no more. Your chains have been broken. I can hear them hit the floor." And so it's literally about prisoners being released. And man, to, like, have that being released and then this happened, I'm like, it's just such a God knew, it's God's timing. And not that it's all about my song or anything, but I believe there's power in our words. And when I wrote that, every time I sing it, I literally envision those hostages being released, their chains being broken, them being found. Whatever it is, I imagine, and I just, as I speak those words, I believe that they will be set free.
Shae, we are going to play a clip of it, but could
Yeah.
you just, like Carrie Underwood did today in an
Oh my gosh,
astonishing
you're gonna
way,
put me on this Valley
could you,
Heart.
could you just give us the line that is empowering. And for everyone watching, no matter what you're going through personally, this is a message of hope. This is a declaration that you do not need to let the world beat you, that God is there, you can be strengthened, you can get through this, that you are loved and you are not alone.
I'll have to do the quiet version because my kids are
Okay.
sleeping. But the chorus just goes, all who are held captive, all they will be set free. And all who war with Zion, they will bow before the King. And all of those who mourn, oh, they'll receive your joy. And we will dance again. Yes, we will dance again.
Wow, amazing. Shae, how do we find you? How do our listeners find you?
And
Um,
your song.
yeah, so you can find my song wherever music is sold, but on Apple Music and Spotify, just look up We Will Dance Again. And then my name's Shae Wilbur, ShaeWilbur. And that's what I am across social media. Instagram, that's my main social media account that I utilize, but also on Facebook under the same thing.
It's an amazing song.
Thank you.
It's so heartwarming. Thank you for that. For right
Do
now.
all of you see why I love and respect my friend Shae Wilbur? And
Only for you would I just off the cuff sing like that. I was not expecting that, so only for you.
no, I only asked you because uh, how many of you watched the inauguration today? Reply in the comments below. We would be
Yeah.
very curious. But Carrie Underwood had a challenging time today. Shae, can
Mhm.
you tell everyone
Yeah.
what did she have to deal with?
I was literally just watching it before I came on here because I just keep watching it over and over again. Because she, was slated to sing, was it America the Beautiful? And they announced her and her tracks didn't start, her backing music. And she's such a pro. And you could see her wheels turning. I mean, here she is at the inauguration of Donald Trump. What is she going to do? Say, oh, sorry, my tracks didn't work. I'm not singing. No, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. She just said, well, all right, you guys are going to have to help me out here.
Yeah,
And then she just sung it. And man, it was powerful. You could see the tears in her
it
eyes. And it
was
was,
powerful. Can I share something at this point?
yes,
When this happened, it was kind of awkward, and there was a long time of dead
yes,
silence, and that's when Carrie says, "You're gonna have to help me out here, and if you could sing along," and everybody sang. I mean, a lot of people sang along, and I think we were like 4 bars into it. I could hear her sniffling, and my eyes were watering.
yes.
So it was a beautiful. It was a
Ugh,
rendition
And
acapella.
And Shay, there's a saying, when things get tough, the tough get going. And that's one of the
yeah.
reasons we love these broadcasts is we
Mhm.
love to share stories of resilience, stories of strength, stories of pulling together and not feeling like you're alone and being
Yes.
inspired by others. And today was a truly inspiring day. Love your
Wow.
song. And
Thank you.
if you are willing to, there are things about Shay's life that I would love to share with all of you that are very inspiring, but we're not going to have time tonight. So would you be willing to join us again tomorrow so that we could share two particular stories that I just
Yes.
absolutely love?
That was pretty
So
cool.
Sure. Yeah, I think I should be able to. Yeah.
thank you. Who would like to see Shay come back? Because boy, do I have a doozy of a story to share with
I'm like,
you
which
about this
one?
woman. Yeah, which one? And Shay, if you wouldn't mind, if you'll hang with us, if you can share a few of the comments on the feed, if you are able to, can you view any of the comments on the feed right now?
I can view. Let me see. It looks like, let's see.
And don't
There's
forget, people, if you have a message for President Trump, and we
Mhm.
want it to be motivating, we want it to be a message of love, a message of unification,
Mhm.
because from our standpoint, we've never been racists. If you saw my family, I'm the United Colors of Benetton. I have family members from Jamaica and Burma and all over the place. But the unifying theme is that we believe in this country in the freedom of speech, and we believe in certain God-given rights, not from tyrannical government, not from dictators. And so
Mhm.
we 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 loved the unity that we've seen here while we're interviewing people. We've put some amazing clips together of, you could not typify the
Yeah.
people who've been here this weekend. You couldn't, Shay. You
Wow.
could not say, oh, they were this age, they were this race, they were this anything, because it was everything under the sun. I
Mhm.
interviewed people with every accent.
Right. You know what, I said this 4 years ago, when I attended the, J6 rally, but, that whole experience was overwhelming. This was even probably 3 or 4 times that, with
Yeah.
everything that we went through with, uh, our history and everything else, and people, despite being in the cold for 9, 10 hours in the
Mhm.
snow, cold,
Oh,
and everything else, everybody's, attitude was just positive. They were excited to be there. They wanted to see
yeah.
just this wonderful president just be inaugurated, and there was just a feeling of unity and belonging.
And love. If I
Mhm.
could say one overwhelming emotion that was through every single facet of what we've seen, it's love. I saw people that were Vietnamese that came from Vietnam, and they would kiss the
Wow.
ground to live here. They appreciate it so much. I saw people from all different countries, and they were just there was just such a feeling of love and camaraderie and esprit de corps. And even something so simple as everyone doing the YMCA, or everyone hugging each other, or everyone dancing to the best of their ability. But
Yeah. It's
it
okay.
was just
I
we
tell
Yeah.
you
did
what, we attended the last Trump rally last night, and even after the thing ended, everybody was
they didn't want to leave.
everybody wanted to stick around. No, they just wanted to be a part of this
Yes.
movement, this environment. Uh, I mean, it took about 30 minutes to clear everybody out from the stands or start everybody going. I mean, towards the steps, anyways. But
Yep.
people were there was just a sense of community. There was camaraderie. People were just exchanging phone numbers and saying hi to each other from different parts of the country. It was a beautiful, beautiful.
It
Wow.
was. And so I have a
Mm.
question for everyone. If you watched the inauguration today, which many of you have said in the comments that you did, if you watched the inauguration, was there one thing in particular that when President Trump said it, you felt hopeful about, or you hoped would turn out in a positive way, or you are
What was
looking
the
forward
most
to?
impactful statement that Trump had had stated during his inauguration? What do you think is the most impactful, and then how would it impact your life and the lives of Americans and the people of the world?
And then I have two additional things because we're going to wrap up here in the next couple of minutes. If you have any questions for Shae, just pop them into the comment
Yeah.
thread. She has the two cutest kids on the face of the planet. I have to admit it.
They're
They're
amazing.
they're amazing. How
They're
old are they,
amazing.
Shae?
5 and 2. And my 5-year-old, this morning, or really the past, like it was yesterday actually, we were watching all of the festivities on TV, and he's like, "Why are we watching this? I want to watch Lion King." And I'm like, I'm explaining to him, like, this is a really important time. This is, Donald Trump is our next president. He won. And he's like, he won? Is he our team, mom? Did our team win? I was like, yeah, our team did win. Our team
Ruth
won.
Abbott said it. It's been very long, and I've smiled. My cheeks still hurt. Haven't
Yep.
stopped smiling. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah,
And I think that's the sentiment of everybody. It's a golden age, and
it
there's
really is.
optimism and hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so as we go out here, and please keep leaving your comments for President Trump, we will make sure that he gets them. And any questions you have for Shae, and then we
Mhm.
hope you will tune in tomorrow. We will do our best actually to start promptly on time. We've had some storm issues and all kinds of things that have slowed us down. And we did try for about 2 hours
Oh
to go
my
live
God.
last night, but we couldn't beat Mother Nature. It was not happening. So if you have any questions for Shae, if you have anything you would like to say to
Yeah.
President Trump, that would be great. And let's take a moment, and Shae, if you can read a couple of the comments for us and
Yeah.
do a
Well, it looks
shout out
like
to anyone.
Sorry, I don't have my I don't have my glasses on, so I'm like squinting a little bit. Congratulations, President Trump. Support you 100%. Looking forward to the changes going to the new republic. That was from Rose. Is it Thielen? Rose Thielen. So that's exciting. It
Rose,
just
you
seems
got a
like
shout out from
everyone.
Shae.
Yeah. Hey, okay, Kyla Cartwright. Mr. President, congratulations. I am grateful to you for what you went through for all of us. I have lost everything under the last administration. Now I need that med bed.
Okay.
But it just seems like overall people are really hopeful. It's
Yeah.
hard to like not hear his speech and it's hard to hear his speech and not feel hopeful. I mean, there were so many things that he promised and they're going to get done. I mean, he already stopped all funding to UNRWA and he is just getting in office. UNRWA is a terrorist organization. They literally UNRWA workers were housing hostages. They were working at the schools in Gaza, like training up terrorists. I mean, they were proven to be terrorists.
And we were
And
buying them lunch basically, right?
literally,
So,
literally, I mean, it's just like I feel like this is the restoration of common sense, to be honest.
me
Like
too.
to hear Trump say, you know, we're reinstating there are two genders, male and female, and everyone, the whole room stands up cheering. Like it's actually kind of comical when you sit back and think about that. Like everyone's
Well,
cheering for him saying two genders. Well, yeah, duh, there's only two genders. But
yeah.
the past 4 years, that hasn't been that way. So
So a lot of people have been conditioned, my family among them. Sorry if any of my family are watching, but they are from San Francisco. They sit mesmerized by CNN. They can't fathom that any media source would ever say anything incorrect or edit anything out of order or present anything that wasn't exactly correct. And one thing that we want to be sure is here at
yeah,
CVine News, we have zero sponsors that can tell us whether we can or cannot say anything, which is why they shut us down before, because we had actual footage showing
yeah,
what really happened, and they weren't thrilled about that. But what we want to do is move forward with harmony. We want to be one with all Americans. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people don't know President Trump or JD Vance or Vivek or Elon, but I'll tell you two things. One thing is they've all made it okay to have kids again and to show that you have kids. All of
mhm,
them have incorporated, Elon
yes,
comes out with X on his shoulders, right?
yeah,
And here we have JD cooking with his 4-year-old, and we
yeah,
have Vivek bringing his two little kids and his dog on the plane with him, and we have President Trump playing with his grandkids, and we have
yeah,
Kai speaking up for him. And it's a different view, and it feels like a fresh chapter that whoever you are, it's fine. Wherever you are in
yes,
life, it's fine. And then the one thing I'll tell you is, as people are gaining trust for whatever President Trump says, last night at the rally, a lot of people who embraced the MAHA movement, Make America Healthy Again, were hopeful but dubious about whether President Trump would honor his commitment to
yeah,
RFK Jr. and move ahead with more healthful movement
I would say it was
toward.
probably the biggest applause.
That's what I was going to say. You could raise the roof last night when he announced,
Make
I'm
America
letting
healthy again.
RFK Jr. go. We're going to get
wow,
rid of red dye number 3. We're going to get rid of, we have a long list. We're going to roll it out and it can cover this whole basketball court. But we want to make America healthy again. The
yeah,
rafters shook from people saying, yes, we want that too.
And it was a prolonged ovation.
Oh, yeah.
It was a long
yeah,
So hopefully President Trump will follow through
yeah,
on the bipartisan invitation he's given to Tulsi Gabbard, to so
mhm,
many people that weren't the quote normal stereotypical
Elon
in the
Musk.
box. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Matter of fact,
Rogan.
many of them used to be other parties, and now they've just come together
yeah,
for the sake of basically, let's do whatever is necessary to heal the country, get us in a good position, and really take care of it for our children and our grandchildren.
yeah.
Right.
I think people are going to start coming out of the woodwork now that have been like closet uh supporters.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even saw Kim Kardashian posted a picture of Melania. I mean, her outfit was like iconic today, so of course, regardless of her politics, you would post it. She looked like a queen. But Kim Kardashian posted, so I don't know. It's just I saw a bunch of people saying, "Uh oh, is Kim K like getting on the MAGA train?" And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was. I think
I know, but
people
Shae, the
now.
real, you give
Mhm.
style tips on TV. Did that coat rock or what?
Oh my gosh. It was everything. I mean, the whole thing, like the hat, the whole Melania is like
The
I don't think
stilettos.
I've ever seen her do wrong. Um,
Yeah,
so that'll just be
amazing.
fine. And Ivanka, like Ivanka's look today at the inauguration, she looked like a Barbie doll. Like she
Right.
looked gorgeous, but
Together.
they
Can I
never
just,
missed. So
Hammy says, I am so proud to be an American today. Trump is awesome. And you know what? Uh, when
mhm,
when Carrie Underwood started singing, and it was obvious that both of us started
yeah,
tearing up. I told Valli, I said, I am so proud to be an American today.
Yeah.
I think that that's a sentiment for a lot of people.
And you guys know Carrie got a lot of pushback from people when she
Yeah.
announced she would be willing to sing at the inauguration. And Lee Greenwood yesterday at the rally did a shout out to Carrie and said, I know she's had a lot of pushback and a lot of negativity, but I just want to tell her that this will go down in history. We're all a part of history
Yeah.
right now. The more inclusive, the more loving, the more forgiving for differences of opinion, even if it's with
Yeah.
someone in your family or somebody you've been close friends with. Let's let it all go. Let's
Yeah.
no, I told you so's, no, I wish, I coulda, shoulda. Let's just let it go and grow together in a really positive way.
Yeah.
And on that note, I would like to say for Seavine News that we cannot thank Shae enough for being here. We cannot thank all of you viewers. And we're going to play Shae's song as we close out right now.
Thank you.
And we love your song. And again, it's available on
you.
Apple and Spotify. We ask for your continued prayers for all the hostages. And we invite you back tomorrow night where we will share some wonderful clips, some that'll crack you up, some that will make you cry from our interviews, because we are not stuffy and we just went straight to the point. Right, guys? So thank
Well,
you,
thank you
Shae.
for
We're so
having
grateful
me.
that you'll come back tomorrow. Everyone can continue to comment, make sure and get those messages for President Trump. And here we go with Shae's beautiful song. I'm probably going to cry
Okay.
again. For
Aw.
CBI News, I'm Valli Hart. This is Leonard Bacani and Shae Wilbur. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll sign off now. Love you guys.
Up here.
There's a little taste for you. That woman holds empowerment in her throat. And for anything you are going through in your life, let's stay hopeful. Let's keep supporting one another and let that be a personal message to you that even though you're going through difficult times right now, there's a time to mourn, there's a time for rejoicing, and we will dance again.
Right. And then hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yep,
Same
tune in
time,
and
same bat
and
channel.
tell your family and friends. We would love to just give President Trump an avalanche of feedback.
Right.
Thanks, everybody.
Uh-oh.
X.
X. Do you know how to do this?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. X. There you go. Thank you.